So in this video, we are going to learn tree of thought prompting in prompt engineering with a simple and deep explanation. So now let's imagine a chess player is deciding their next move. Instead of choosing one move and sticking to it, they think of many possible moves in their mind and play each one out in their head and compare which path leads to the better results. So that's exactly how tree of thought prompting works in AI. It doesn't just think in a straight line. Instead, it branches out with multiple ideas, explores each one step by step, and chooses the best final answer. So now let's say what is tree of thought prompting. So tree of thought prompting is a reasoning technique where the AI explores multiple reasoning paths like branches of a tree and compares them to decide the best solution. So tree of thought prompting is a method that allows language models to generate and evaluate multiple chains of thoughts, so forming a tree like structure and selecting the most promising path to solve complex problems. So, unlike chain of thought, which follows one line of thinking, tree of thought follows many, like exploring different what if scenarios. So, when and where do we use tree of thought prompting? So, tree of thought is useful when the task is very complex with many possible solutions. So you want the AI to compare and choose from different ideas. And also you can use when there is no single obvious answer or decisions must be made after deep thinking. And also you may use when tasks involve planning, creativity, logic or uncertainty. So now let's see some of the advantages with tree of thought prompting. So before that, let's see how tree of thought overcome the limitations of other techniques. So first one, it goes beyond linear thinking in chain of thought. So while chain of thought thinks step by step in one path, but tree of thought generates many paths and compares them which is better for creative or strategic tasks. So it better at handling ambiguity or open-ended tasks. So in zero shot, one shot or in few shot prompting, all assumes a clear goal or answer. But when there's no single correct response, TOT helps the model to explore many options. So finally, it supports evaluation and self-correction. So unlike other prompts, TOT allows the model to analyze and choose which reasoning makes the most sense. So this makes the answers which are more reliable and thoughtful. So now let's see some of the advantages with tree of thought prompting. So the first one is it explores multiple ideas before making a decision. So it improves problem solving and creativity. It enables evaluation and comparison of thoughts, and also it helps in planning, brainstorming and in decision making, and it is really better for open-ended, uncertain or high stakes tasks. So now let's see some of the limitations with tree of thought prompting. So the first one is it is really slower and it is more complex than other prompting techniques. So the second one is it consumes more tokens due to multiple branches and evaluations, and it is harder to implement manually without tools or scripting, and it still depends on the model reasoning quality to choose the best branch. It needs structured prompt and clear guidance to work well. So when to use tree of thoughts versus other prompt engineering methods. So use zero shot prompting for direct tasks with simple output. So use one shot for medium tasks needing format hints. Use few shot tasks with diverse examples or patterns. Use chain of thought when tasks need logical step-by-step output. Use tree of thought when the tasks are complex, open-ended, creative, or it may contain some planning tasks. So let's summarize the video for tree of thoughts. So tree of thought prompting is like brainstorming with a whiteboard where you explore many paths, think out loud, and choose the best way forward. So it reflects how humans solve tough problems by comparing different ideas. Among all prompting methods, it is the most powerful for reasoning and creativity, and also for decision making. So, while it may require more space and structure, the depth of thinking it brings to AI is unmatched. For advanced prompt engineers, tree of thought is like having an AI that not only thinks but thinks wisely. So, in the next video, we are going to learn about self consistency prompting.